problem is that he has understood that his session is not today. His session is tomorrow and day after tomorrow, Sunday and Monday. So he was
What
just confusion. So what to do now?
what to do now? I don't know what to do now.
What I can do that I can present myself.
Okay, sir, that is good.
So today is the chance for me to talk in the Hindi session also, and now I think Howard, you will be benefited with getting the same thing from in the English session also. So what I have spoken in the Hindi session, that I am going to give you in the English session also. Okay. So let me join the yes, share my screen now. I'm, you are not able. I am not able to listen you, sir. Please. Okay. Ah. Ah. So I'm presenting my topic that I have just presented for
Okay,
the
sir. Okay,
session,
sir.
and it is about the mind. It is
Okay,
about
sir.
the mind. So mind your mind. Today I'm going to let you know mind your mind. So I'm going to
Okay.
update share my screen now.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
I shall make you co-host, sir.
I'm the host now. You have made me the host.
Yeah, yeah, I shall make you. I shall.
Are you able to listen? See the PPT now?
Yeah, yeah, we can see, sir.
It is visible now. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it is visible,
Yeah.
sir.
So that I was just speaking in this session about the mind, faculty of the mind. There are the three basic faculty in the mind, that is emotions, intellect, and will. These are the three faculty that is available in the mind. Now let us start with this my presentations. What you see, what you think that you have, where you can control your life. You have no control over your birth. You have no control over your death. And also, you have no control over your emotions. Emotions are those expressions of your life which comes from direct from the very inner core of the life. Emotions are those things which comes from the inner core of the life, very inside of the life, that is related to your vital principle, that is related to your soul, or you may say the Atma, or so it is related, closely related to it, and you say it is the language, it is the expressions of your inner conscience of your life. So there are three things we have no control over: our birth, our emotions, and our death also. Next, intellect may be confused. You may usually we get the confusion due to the intellect, but emotions will never tell you lie. They are always true because emotions emerges from your inside of the life, very inner core of the life. So they are always pure. Emotions are usually pure, but intellect are not pure. But intellect is able to bring impurities in your emotions. By the intellect, impurities enters into your life and your emotions get uh, polluted. Now the three basic factors are the emotions, intellect, and the wills. Friends, it is very much important and necessary for all homeopaths to understand and the analysis and the different component of the mind. That is the emotions. This is the primary thing, and next is the intellect, and third is the will. Now let us see one. I'm not going to discuss the rest of the intellect and the intellect. We cannot take up the everything together. So in human body act in response to the command of the mind. What your body do, how you act, how you behave, how your physical body act. It is said that it is directly the expressions of your emotions, false, goodness. That all things are dependent on the way, what type of emotions you have got. Vital principle is the subject partner to the human beings, human mind. Vital principle, as a homeopath, in the homeopathic philosophy, we talk about the vital principle, the basic core of the life. And this basic core, it has got the direct relationship. It has the direct, it controls our body, human body through the mind. So mind is the direct representative, or that you can say the manager of the vital principle who tries to control your body. And so you have the desire, you have the value of the persons, you have the perfect emotions, whatever it may be, it is only the human mind can do that. Now, emotions are rapidly information processing system, rapidly processing, whatever, immediate you have to take the action, immediate you have to take the decision, and that until and unless your emotions act in a fast manner, that it will not able to, so there is no thinking at all, no thinking, the thought process are involved in the emotions. Emotions have got the direct actions which is reflected. So problem associated with the birth, battle, death, reductions have occurred throughout the evolutionary history, and emotions evolved to aid human in adapting to those problems rapidly with the minimal conscious cognitive interventions. Friends, that's why I say emotions is energy in motions. Emotions is energy in motions. Today we are experiencing the email. We are experiencing the fast. In the olden days, there was no energy motion there. We have to send the letter through the post office. We have to drop a letter in the post office. It will reach to you after 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, and then you can respond. But nowadays, sitting in your house, also you can have a direct contact. So it is the way of expressing oneself in the life directly. It is the direct emotion, the things which comes directly from your life, emerges directly, which is reflected to your understanding, which is reflected to your reactions, your behavioral problems, your physiological body. Everywhere it is expressed. If you do not have the emotions, suppose if you don't have the emotions, suppose we were not born with the emotions, we were not able to take care or defend ourselves also. The life, we would have no protections, we would have no response, could have we could have eaten everything, whatever it comes to our mind. So this is the side effect of the having no emotions. There are the people who don't have the emotions, or you can say the emotions is very much hardened. They are not affected by many of the things, but there are the people who are affected by slightly things, and this slightly things makes them sensitive, and it is because of the emotions. And when you are not affected easily by the external stimulus, then your emotions seems to be dry. Emotions prepare the body. Now, what is the utility? What is the functions of the? It prepares the body on the mind to take appropriate action, to take appropriate actions. And it also you can see the emotions being reflected on the body. Suppose you are frightened by something, and you are start sweating. Your digestions become slow. Saliva of the mouth get reduced, and blood flow rapidly in your body, and you have the you become breathlessness. Out of the fear, people getting frightened. And with the fright, what is happening? The body is trembling. You are having, mouth becomes dry, and everything is getting disturbed in the body. And these emotions have got, it is the direct process. That means it is not, it don't allow the time, it don't take time to act over your body. It don't send a message to the mind. It simply that it has got a direct actions on your body. So emotions do not prepare for the actions. Emotions take direct actions. It don't get take time. It takes direct actions to it. So you don't have the via media of the intellect. Emotions usually don't try to act through the via media. It takes action very Behavioral components of there are now the three components are there. Behavioral components, your behavior is affected by the emotions, that how you are behaving in the society, how you are behaving with the people, or how you are living in the among the family members, or the your friends, or with your enemies also. And at that you have the strong feeling of the negativity, you have the strong feeling of the positivity. All these things are the component, the behavioral component of the emotions. Then cognitive component, that first is the behavioral component, and next is the cognitive component. Cognitive component means it is related to your way of the action, way of taking action, it is cognitive emotions. And then cognitive process. Cognitive means you allow some time to take things. Sometimes emotions are slow to act, and it takes time to decide something. And so you are interpreting the events and you are taking the action. So it is called the cognitive component of this emotion. So now the emotions function are based on the three parts: subjective experiences. This is the process of the emotion: subjective, direct, physiological through the body, and through the behavior response. So these are the aspects that we can think of. Now, subjective experiences, it begins with the subject, all emotions. It begins with the subjective, with the slightest stimulus which makes you to act, makes you to create a motion in your body. That is the subjective emotions. It is the basic emotions and expressed regardless of the culture, upbringings, and don't see what type of the society you are, where you are, but it comes out, flung out directly. So these are the subjective. Physiological response is that I have just told you, automatic nervous system is take control of your body, and your physiological system gets disrupted. Fight or flight. The human society has survived because of the three way: by fighting with the situations, by escaping from the situation, and then adapting, or having having a say agreement, and agreement between responding to together. So three way we are fighting with the society, and all the three aspects are dependent. You fight because of your strong emotion, you flee because of your negative emotion, and you have you develop a cordial relations because of your intellectual emotions. Then both behavioral and physiological response are related to each other. Now the emotions can be divided into the two groups: the basic, the primary, and complex. Basic means that one emotions at a time, and complex means two or three emotions coming up together. You are getting frightened, joy, and excessive joy and weeping. Excessive joy and weeping. You are laughing, you are joyous, and at the same time you are crying. This is complex. Basic, you are only crying. This is the basic things. Basic emotions are associated with recognizable facial expressions. Now the face is said to be the direct expressions of your life. Face, what is face? Face is the index of your life, index of the life. So whatever happens, whatever things comes to your mind, it is expressed through the facial expressions. So Charles Darwin suggested that emotion-induced facial expressions are universal in nature. It is not for the society, but it is the universal factor. Everywhere the people get the facial expressions are there with the emotions induced. Now, what are the emotions? Now, the different categories has been explained about the emotions. The basic six emotions are happiness, sadness, fear, anger, surprise, and the disgust. Next, in 1999, following emotions are also added into included as a basic: embarrassment, excitement, contempt, shame, pride, satisfaction, and amusement. Then again, in 1980, psychologist Robert Plutchik, he identified 8 more emotions which are grouped together in pairs of opposites, like sad and joy, anger and fear, trust and disgust, surprise and anticipation. So they are the pattern of the combinations of the emotions. There are the combinations of the emotions, or you can say the wheel of the emotions, or you can say the complexity of the emotions. And more recently, it has been found that neuroscience and in the neuro that they are easily recognized. There are six are there are many more emotions which are which can be easily recognized. Now you can just see the face of the same person, one person's only, and the different emotional expressions are there in the mouth, in their face. See the tired face, the normal face, disappointed face, happy face, thinking mood, and then angry persons and the sad. So these are the features that you can see the how the emotions is making you change your facial expressions. Facial expressions are directly responsible for what is happening inside your mind, your emotional level. Now you see the same child having a different expressions, and this is uh, see, just you can imagine. Now there are many theories related to the how which work, but I am not going into the details because it is not our subject. There are several theories are related to it. Cognitive appraisal theory are important because emotions has got the cognitive appraisal. That means we appraise, we take it, we analyze the things because of the through the emotions. Whatever analysis comes, whenever you're trying to take some decision or appropriate, your analysis is affected by the emotional state. Now, what are the benefit of understanding emotions? How it helps your life? When understand emotions help human life to evolve and survive. The evolution of life from becoming rich to the poor and poor to the rich, it has been because of the emotions. Surviving, your survival of the fittest, it is possible because of your utilizations of your emotions. So, and then what are the harms? There are many harms with the emotions also, because emotions can become destructive if the emotions were learned are correct response and no longer fit for the situation. Suppose you are saying something in a situations where it is not to be said, that your relationship will be broken. So it is the subconscious way you can harm your life. Then emotional becomes intelligence. Now this is another new concept that is coming up. Emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive, control, and now controlling your emotions through the knowledge, through your knowledge. This is important. But nowadays, we are as a child, we are innocent, but as we grow up, we gradually get, we gradually acquire the knowledge, and our emotions are changed. So component of emotional intelligence are appraising and expressing emotions in the self and the other. Next is regulating emotions in the self and the other, and using emotions in adaptive way. So these are the utility. This way, the emotional intelligence helps our life in recognizing, managing, and interpretations of the emotions to have the positive outcome. Every time emotions has got the basic aim, mission to bring a positive response here, but because of the situations, one become disturbed with the become get into the results. Now with a low emotional intelligence, suppose emotions are not trained, it, there are many things that things has occurred in the society. The civilizations has witnessed war, several type of the blockage and unrest and the things in the society. That is because lack of the emotional intelligence. Now I am coming to the another aspect of this: positive emotions and negative emotions. Positive emotions are which where you find that pleasurable. You have a you feel happy, and that is the and this is the tradition of the intelligence. Positive psychology is defined as the pleasant or desirable situations response, distinct from pleasurable sensation and undifferentiated positive effects. So these are the effect of the positive response. Then negative emotions are those which typically do not find pleasurable, where we are not happy. It makes you sad. It makes you depressed. It makes you to bring the negative impact of the fear. So there are the two facts: positive emotions and the negative emotions. Now, some of the positive emotions has been regarded as love, joy, satisfaction, contentment, interest, uh, amusement, happiness, serenity, and all. Then negative emotions are fear, anger, disgust, sadness, rage, loneliness, melancholy, and annoyance. Then we need both, because life is not directed only by becoming happy. Sometimes you have to become unhappy also. Sometimes you are happy and unhappy and you need the happiness. So both have to go side by side. And the benefit of the negative emotions are that suppose you fear, you cannot protect your life. If you don't fear snakes or something, the danger before you, and you are not fearful at that man, so what happened? The consequence may be disastrous for the life. So the negative emotions are also emotions, positive, good, and positive emotions are also bad. Negative emotions gives us the counterpoint to positive emotions. Without a negative emotions, the positive emotions still feel as a good. Negative emotions serve evolutionary process, encouraging to act in way that boost our chance of survival and help us to grow and develop. So these are the things: the positive response and the negative response of the negative emotions. Now, there are good reasons of the each basic emotions becoming positive. Anger to fight and against the problem. Fear, these are the benefit of the negative emotions. Anger to fight against the problem. Fear to protect from the danger. Anticipations to look forward and plan. Surprise to focus on new situations. Joy to remind us what is important, and sadness to connect with those who love, and trust to connect with the people who help, and disgust to reject what is unhealthy. So these are the good reasons that the both positive and negative emotions we have got. So we need both positive and the negative. And now next is the important is the neutral emotions. Sometimes we don't get any reactions in the mind. We do not respond differently. We respond the same face is there. There is no expression on the face. What even during the sadness and even during the joy, it is known as the neutral neutral emotions. So emotions categories. Now the well-being, that is it is related to the appraisal of a situation, fortune of the others, presumed value of the situation, prospect-based prospective event, confirmation, confirming and disconfirming, attributes, accountable attractions, attractive or unattractive, well-being attributions, compound emotions, and attractions, compound emotions. So these are the categories that you can think of. So I am ending this session with a good message that emotions can break your heart is sometimes the very one, and it also heals you. So emotions helps you breaking, and emotions will help you in protecting, healing also. This is important things for us. And with this, I thank you all. I have tried to conclude my session before the time, because we could have discussions in Hindi session. We could not have the discussions in a proper way. So let us have some thinking process also now. So thank you very much. Dr. Kurup sir, kindly unmute yourself and you can talk, sir. Dr. Kurup sir.
Yes, I just joined. What is the subject I was?
Sir, today's speaker was not able to join the meeting. So I have presented on the mind component about the emotions. So I talked about the emotions, the importance of the emotions, the type of the emotions, and the negative and positive response of the emotions. And I have also presented the same thing in the Hindi session also, because in the Hindi session, the Hindi session and English session both remain unattended by the speakers.
I heard that your Hindi section. In between, I was called for another international forum for regarding that the critical thinking. That I am a member of that group also. That is why. Sorry, don't worry. I can talk a few things.
Yeah.
That really, without emotions, you cannot live. It is just like coming like that of the waves of to the sea. It may come and go. We cannot always cannot sit like that happy. But people are thinking that, oh, I am happy, I am happy. Always you cannot remain as the same emotions. It will change. Every person will get sometimes depressed. If anyone is telling, I am not suffered any time in my life, he is the number one liar. That what I feel, we cannot sit always to be as constant in one mood and one emotions. It will change one after the another. When the situations comes, everyone will change their mood, and their emotions also can change. So it is a very important factor that we are having. We are connected with homeopathy. Homeopathic medicines are there so much for anger, for all type of the emotions, fear, that the depression, and even excess happiness also can cause us sometimes problems. That like that of these emotions, it is a big chapter. We cannot stop it in few words. It is like that of so many things. That anger is a small mental disease. It is described in so many places. It is mentioned. So that if you cannot control that the anger, there are so many consequences can happen. If you may suppress the anger, it can lead into so many diseases. Like that of, if you are that the not only anger, your fear. So many people are fear, anxiety, and depression. They are there. That all these things that we can treat with the proper homeopathic medicine, and also some cases it can help that the some counseling also. So many techniques of counselings are there. TA is there, transaction analysis is there, BTA is there, this cognitive CBT is there. Like there, so many techniques are there. So many, more than 22 to 30 types of the different types of the treatments are there. Exercises are there. That along with the homeopathy, you can treat. It can be easily curable, all these things. But I'm not telling the major mental diseases, but the minor mental diseases we can easily cure completely with that our homeopathic medicine. I am sure about it. So, so what I feel is you also, Sahanis are also experienced. You are a very learned and experienced person in this field. So I like to stop here. If some others also like to contribute, let them to do it. I stop here. If any other person may not ready to speak, I can speak a little more. Okay.
Sir, thank you, sir, for complementing the emotions aspect of the medical aspects of the emotions. I have tried in my lectures, because you are not present, I had tried to present about the different component of the emotions, like the positive emotions, negative emotions, and the different consequence and the benefits and the benefits and the harm of the having the emotions. Then it is also important that the entire life is managed through the emotions, because emotions are the direct representative of the your vital principle, life principle. So through the your life, through the emotions, it takes control of your body and your mind both. So your intellect. But what happens in due course of the life, when we learn something, acquire knowledge, the intellect start entering into the mind, and start becoming reasonable. That is called the emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence are the things which is where we are able to have a coordinative relationship with all. So maintaining it. As I was speaking, that there are the three ways we are expressing our life. Either we are fighting, either we are flying, or either we are negotiating or compromising. So fight, flight, and compromise are the three features that emerges out from the state of the emotions in your life. This is important. So there are the people who are very fighting in nature. There are the people who are very cowardice in nature. There are the people who are very negotiating, yeah, compromising type. What do you think about the lycopodium? The lycopodium is the compromising type of the persons. But what do you think about the Nux vomica? They are the different views about the life, and because their emotions are dominated by something more, they are emotionally dominating, and there are the people who are intellectually dominant. So this is a balance that is very much important to understand. Balance has to be understood, because keeping the mind in a normal way, we must have the balance between the mind and the emotions, so that our desire or will structure will act in a very positive manner. I think Dr. Hariharan also want to share something. Please unmute yourself and talk, sir.
Okay, sir. Sahani sir, you are a guru of all homeopaths. Your class is very see in high intellectual plane. You narrated the class that I am appreciating. Sir, my opinion is that, like our body, mind is having a normal state. We give the homeopathic medicine for the deviated mind. Mind is always trying to come to the normal, that is homeostasis. Our body is also trying to become normal, that is also homeostasis. And like the mind is also having a homeostasis mode. If we give the Naxomica, a highly angered person, he is, and I mean, very having a very anger in all the ambitious anger. These are actually deep with the quality of deviated mind. While we are giving the Naxomica, see that medicine act upon his body and trying to come that mind to the by normal state, small normal state. And along with that normal state, when the mind became normal, naturally his ailments of his body must come to the normal. But Sometimes it does not. Why? Because of certain miasms. So we have to give the remove that obstruction by administering the exact miasmatic stimulum. Then the body will come to the normal, and the mind will also come to the normal.
Hey,
That is my opinion, sir. What is your comment regarding that?
Sir, you are right, sir. We can have a balance until we balance our mind. Our problems are not going to be solved. So, what the way of acting, how homeopathic medicines act, I feel that it acts through by controlling and taking a care of your mental state first, and then it take care for the physical care.
Exactly.
So, if you according to the law of prescribing or the curative, when you have the better mental response, you have a that the sign is good and it is positive. But if you feel that mentally you are not well, not feeling better, but physically you are feeling better, this is negative response. So
Correct.
when we are trying to see the patients in this way, we have to think that about how it has to start, the action has to be start from the mind, and then it has to travel to the body also. If you are feeling energetic, even with the acute pain, then you are your medicines is responding in the right direction. Dr. Ramadevi had raised the hand. Can you unmute yourself and
see,
talk,
sir,
madam?
I have attended both Hindi as well as English session. By attending in Hindi session, I was not able to understand fully. But when I heard that in English session, I understood fully. And then this comparison of Lycopodium and Axomica is very nice. And fight and flight mode and all will be clearly pictured. That cowardice of Lycopodium and courageousness of Naxomica and all was very nicely explained. Then, since we are giving importance to mental symptoms, it helps us more. Thank you a lot, sir. It was very nice presentation.
Madam, what I
Hindi as
have
well as-
tried to explain about the emotions, it is not the complete. I have just wanted, I have given you the very tips of the
Superficial. Yeah,
iceberg.
I know
It is a very deep
it.
subject. It is a very deep
Only
subject, and it needs
only
many more elaborations.
only tip of that this one iceberg. I know you had given only tip of that iceberg. No, isn't it? It's
But
a vast subject.
when you are able to understand when you are able to have a insight into the emotional aspect of the person, the selection of the remedy becomes very easy.
Very easy.
Because
Yeah.
no medicine is there where the emotions is not working. So emotions is very much important for a homeopathic, especially for the homeopathic physicians, and even also for the allopathic physicians.
Yeah.
If the doctor do not understand the patient properly, the prescriptions will never become working.
Will and emotion, we can select the
Yeah,
medicine depending on will and
understand
emotion.
the emotions.
That's correct. Thank you, sir. It was very nice presentation. Thank you a lot. Please come again with the balance.
Madam, today was the day when I have to speak both in the Hindi session and English session. In the Hindi session, our speaker has got a sudden food poisoning and she was unable to talk. And the English session, our speaker was unable to connect because of his inability of disruptions of the. This is a coincidence for me to talk both in Hindi, the same subject. I feel
it is our luck. Sir, it is our luck.
Whether it is good for the forum or whether it is good for me or whether it is good for what I don't know.
It is only our luck. Thank you a lot, sir. Please come again and again.
I'm always coming, madam. Every day I'm here.
There is a.
I know it, sir. You are
there is a proverb.
Sir, can you give a comparison?
There is a proverb.
Hello?
Yeah, Dr. Hubert, you speak, sir.
There is a season for every day, everything. This is today's your day. That is why in Hindi as well as in English, we got the chance to hear you. So you saved us, all the participants were very much delighted of hearing your class and you have continued the thing. So, sir, I want to ask you one question.
Yes, sir.
How we can amygdala, how much its action on such conditions in emotions?
What you say, sir?
Amygdala,
I'm
the
not
body, brain.
I'm not able to.
That is in human anatomy. In brain, structures I like amygdala. That
Okay.
but
See, what you see the brain, what you think about the brain connectivity between the brain, the nerves, and then the mind. Now, and the vital principle. There is a direct relationship is there. Vital principle is the origin and of the consciousness. Means you feel that you are here, and it is only because of your vital principles, the presence of the vital. And with this presence, you have to make situations to experience that way. So it needs some instrument. Instrument is the mind, and mind is directing to the nerve, through the nerves to the brain tissue to act accordingly, so that body should respond accordingly. Suppose you get you need some nourishment, food is required. Unless and until you feel the hunger, you will not take initiative. You will not become the intensity of the hunger, intensity of the things is required for procuring the things. So this is the relationship. It is directly relationship. What you talk about the brain tissue, brain cells, amalgata, that is basically that is basically acting as a controlling panel for the whole of the life. And now there is a big channel, the vital principle, connecting to the connecting our life through the mind, and mind getting connecting. Mind has got the basic element of the emotions, and that emotions has got the basic influence on your every part of your of the brain. And the brain, where is the brain? You say that it is there in the skull, this area only. No, it is scattered. Every cells in your body, every cell has got a small battery of the brain. And this is the so you don't say that this is the amalgata, this is the brain. No, this is only a storehouse of the brain, a storehouse of the neural tissue, whereas the entire neural system is distributed in every cells of your body. So this way, it is a big tree type of the things that is spreaded, where the direct control of the vital principle is there for the controlling of the whole life. Everything that happens, that is in cognizance with the vital principles only.
Sir, one doubt.
Great answer.
Sir, one down.
Great answer, sir. Great. That is
sir. Sir, what?
Great.
Sir,
I never heard such a definition for the this type of a talk. Thank you very much, sir. Great.
One of my doubt. See,
Yeah.
An intuitive factor of the mind. How it comes to a person?
You are talking about the intuition.
Okay, intuition.
No, you are asking about the intuition.
Okay, okay. Asking about the intuition.
Yeah, intuitions are that it is the direct response of the emotions on your consciousness. Direct response. Intuitions are direct response. It is very when you become very much acquainted with the things scenario. It is called intuitions comes when the inner side and outside of the life. That means which is inside your body, inside your life, and outside your life. they combine together and their intuitions develop.
Yes, sir, it's a very good question and very good answering, and we are very happy to have such a legend in the forum to motivate all the doctors of homeopathy who are attending the session, and not only for the doctors but also for the listeners other than homeopathy, because this is the beauty of homeopathy. Sir is the person who was able to narrate each and every point of mind in a different way, and how it connects with the homeopathy, and the how to differentiate each and every remedy and medicine in a different way. And if you know the mind of a patient, definitely you can pick up the right medicine at the right time, and you go ahead with the treatment. And we are very, very proud to say that we are having one of the best living legend in this forum, and we are all congratulating sir for his 2-hour lecture in this forum. Even though the subject is same, but the questions and the participants and participation also different. And so sir was able to narrate. Even the adherents sir want to ask more and more questions, but unfortunately our time is about already finished. Sridhar Kupra sir also added something more in this session. Anyway, even though our faculties were not able to attend the session, the Zoom went without any problem or without any trouble. We are once again thanking our legend Sahani sir for this beautiful day presentation, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for the same. And those who attended the session also, we are on behalf of International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy, I am thanking you all. Tomorrow we will have the session from Dr. Patel sir. Are Patel. Thank you all.
Doctor, I have just talked to Dr. Patel.
Okay,
He
sir.
said definitely tomorrow he will make sure that he will be present today. He had a misunderstanding also about the Sunday and Monday. So this was, but I told him you should have looked for the date also. This was also confusion. That's why he was not readily available today.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay, good night. Thank you, sir. It's over to Dr. Shaila tomorrow.